Forgot to unmute myself again. It's becoming a little bit of a regular occurrence. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday's Craft Along. We are Wednesday, the 20th of November. It's 9:30 in the morning here, and it's absolutely freezing. I've got my fire going, my heater going. It's really, really chilly, and my hands are starting to warm up. So thank you for joining me this week. If you're watching on the replay, a very happy hello to you as well. We're going to be making a triple easel card today. It's one of those cards that looks really complicated, but it's so quick and so easy. And I promise you, once you've made one, you'll be making 25 of them because they are just fab. It makes you look at your product slightly differently, and I'll talk you through why that is. And it's just really, really fun to make something a little bit different. I'm very intrigued about how a recipient would display this card, so I may need to pop a little bit of instructions in when I send my card. So just to say hello to a few people that are joining. Morning, Isabel from France. Morning, Natalie. Morning, Ali. Ali, I saw your message this morning. I will reply to you after this. I had a full-on work day yesterday. And today is my craft day. Wednesdays are always my craft day in here. Do have to pop out later for a work meeting, but mainly Wednesdays are my day where you'll find me in here. So this morning I'll walk you through my card. I'll pop the measurement guide with the tutorial and all the details onto my blog. That's going live at 11 o'clock. And there's a free PDF there with everything you need to know on it. So let's move over to my desk and we will make a little start. Okay, so let me walk you through this card. I'm just going to turn my screen slightly so I can keep track of comments. So this is the card. It lays flat-ish. And the idea of this, it's like an easel. So we've got 3 easels, which is why it's called a triple easel. And they stand in a really nice sort of diagonal fashion. This card is really aesthetically pleasing. I just love the look of it. And I promise you, it is really, really quick to put together. So I have decorated mine with the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. That is a product that's from the December to January mini catalogue. Sorry, not December to January, September to December mini catalogue. We have a new catalogue coming in January, and all I've done is I've used some of the patterned paper on the base of my easels, and then I've cut out some of the birds from one of the sheets to decorate the top 2 panels, and then I've finished with a little sentiment in the bottom. Now I've used a circle die. This circle die comes from the new Happy Hibiscus products that's part of the online exclusives range, but you could use any shape. Now that die measures approximately just over 4 centimeters across, or in inches about 1 3/4 across. But you could use any shape. All I've done is I've made it so that when it stands up, the die is higher than the panel. Okay, now to make my card with you today, I've not used the same products. We're going to make it a little bit more Christmassy, a little bit more festive. So I have bought with me some die cut reindeers from the Reindeer Fun bundle. If you don't have this bundle, you're missing out. It's such a cute bundle. And these little reindeers are just everything. They are so Christmassy. They are really cute and really, really fun to put together. I've got a little bit of background paper. You don't need a huge amount of products for this, which is nice. A little bit of background paper from one of the sets. I think I can't remember what it's called, and it's going to escape me. It's at the beginning of the catalogue, and it's some really nice scenes and some festive patterns. I've then got a couple of wreaths cut from Mossy Meadow card, also from the Reindeer Fun set, and I have some foliage from a Sophisticated Sled, 3 circles, and then I have a piece of coloured cardstock, which is going to be my card base. This measures 15 centimetres by 21, and then I have a piece of white card, which is my inner piece over here. that we're going to stick in the middle. You will also need some stoppers, and I'll talk you through what I'm going to use as my stoppers as we go through it. So let's make a start on the card base. So put all my pieces to one side. Where's my trimmer? Here we go. Sentimental Christmas, Natalie. That's it. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you. I'm really terrible at remembering the names of things at the moment. I think where there's so much new product flying around from the new Mini and Celebration that's coming, my brain just hasn't retained information. Plus, it's that time of year where you don't know if you're Christmas shopping, if you are sorting out, school stuff. If I've got my daughter's birthday on Monday, my brain is just mush. So bear with me. Thank goodness for you lovely watchers. So my card base, I'm going to score it in half first. So I'm scoring along the long edge, and I want to score at 10.5 centimetres, which is our middle point. Okay. Fold it in half, like so. And we're going to work on our front panel. Now we're going to cut this into 3 equal sections. So this is 15 centimetres tall. So really simple. We're going to cut it at 5 centimetre intervals. So I'm opening up my card. I'm lining it up at 5 centimetres over here. And I want to cut from this top edge, but only down to this score line. And that's going to create these 3 panels. Okay. So line it up at 5 and cut from that top edge down to my score line. I'll just show you what that looks like. So you're creating something that looks like that. So we're cutting at 5, lining it up at 10, and then doing the same. Okay. So there we have our 3 cut panels. Now to turn these into mini easels, we want to do a little bit of scoring now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score from that top. I'm going to take each panel as one, and I'm going to score from the top right corner down to the bottom left corner. And this is where you'll watch me use my cutter instead of my scorer. So let's just put that cutter out of the way and we're scoring. So you're creating your triangles, and then that stands like so. Morning Louise, morning Karen, thanks for joining me. And you're repeating that on all 3 panels. We're making a triple easel card this morning, and we're just scoring our panels. On the same, and then this one also the same. There we go. So that is your card base, all prepared, ready. So you can see they all sit nicely, but they don't necessarily rest. And I'll talk you through how we make them a little bit more secure in a moment. So the next thing we need to do is we need to cut our designer series paper. So I've got 3 of the same pattern. These measure 4.5 centimetres tall by 10 centimetres wide. So they're just 0.5 centimetre smaller than each panel. Okay, so I've just taken that measurement down by half. And I'm going to cut from the top right to the bottom left to create our triangles for each panel. Now, if you're using, you could use a couple of different patterns if you wanted to, and you could mix and match them. But I'm keeping mine as I have designed them. And if you've got quite a busy pattern for continuity, you want to keep them together in their original pair. And that's all my cutting and scoring done. I don't need to do anything else. So you can pop your trimmer to one side. And then this is where you really do need a bone folder. So I'm just going to grab mine. Still in my bag from Coffee and Card on Monday. Now, the trick with any fun fold card is to make sure your score lines are really well creased. So this is going to be a game changer. And make them sure they're really well creased. Okay, so once you've done all of that, this is where we can now stick our patterned papers on. I'm going to use regular liquid glue. And I don't want to put too much glue in the corner, in the point. This is the bit that takes a little bit of time. These papers work really, really nicely together. So this is crumb cake. And this is pecan pie backed. I quite like this card because it builds quite quickly, and I'm quite an impatient crafter. I want to see results quite quickly. So this is a really perfect design for me. It doesn't take much before it all comes together. There you go. Last one's always the fiddliest one. So now, because you've got a bit of extra weight on those panels from the designer series paper, it should actually sit quite nicely. Mine's sitting really, really, really happily. Okay. Isabel also likes it when I'm moving fast. Good, good, good. Now I'm going to stick this white piece in. And that's basically the bones of our card all put together. And it's now just down to how we want to decorate it. So like I said at the beginning, I have a selection of die cuts. So actually the only thing I'm going to stamp on this card is my sentiment. And I haven't decided what that is yet. So let's build our reindeer. So the reindeer, I have 3 different colours, 3 different dies. So the reverse die is the one with the antlers. Then it's the one that is quite full, and I've cut that from crumb cake. And then I'm putting my top layer on, which is this really nice, what's it called? Pecan pie. There, pecan pie. I wanted to say crushed curry, but my brain knew it was definitely not crushed curry. So I'm going to put these lovely little cuties together. Morning, Melanie. Missed the beginning. Don't worry, the replay will be available straight after. So there we have one reindeer built. And what I want to do is I want to tuck him inside this. So it looks like he's in a little wreath there. You can see that. I'll put that behind my hand. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue just down here. And I'm going to pop him to one side to dry. And then we need to do the same with the other one. It's really nice to have this on a Wednesday morning. My Mondays and Tuesdays are normally really, really busy. So to have this on a Wednesday and have a little bit of me time, it's just what I need. So now I've got that far, I want to stick my circles on. I'm going to leave them to dry and we'll deal with this foliage as well shortly. So let's stick these on. And I'm going to fold them. I want it to be flat, so I'm just going to put a block on there to hold them down flat. And I want to put these on pads, so just with a few dimensionals. And I'm putting them on so they're about 1 centimetre from the end. Well, actually, that one's more, the top one's more in. That's probably about 2 centimetres. That's about 1 centimetre. But you can pop them in as far as you want. And I'm just putting a few little dimensionals on to stick those down. I mean, this is a 3D card, so we can put as much depth on it as we want. So I'm going to move that across. So that's probably about 3 centimetres. And I've put it on so that when it stands up, the top part of the die is obviously going to pop up. And then let's do the same with this second one. And by staggering them ever so slightly, it means you're going to see more of them as when your card is stood up. Now, I'm not going to stick this bottom one on yet because I need to do my stamping. Okay. And then now we can put our little characters in place. Aren't they just so cute? I love them. So I want to stick my foliage on first, and this is just adding a bit more detail. Because at Christmas, more is just more, isn't it? And then now I can put that on there like so. It looks a little bit wonky there. That's better. I'm also putting this on with pads. So we're getting all the depth in this part. And then the same here with this one. Louise, totally agree. I'm sitting here with a coffee watching. I'm not going to worry about all the things I need to do before I go. You're going away again. Oh my gosh. Where are you off to this time, lovely? I love you. Are my spirit animal, Louise. You really, really are. And then Melanie, going to have to watch the replay now. The dog wants to go out. It's like having kids. It really, really is. This die set, the reindeers, is Reindeer Fun in the mini catalogue. And they are lots of fun. I've used them a lot. Oops. Let's just hold on to that. There we go. So that's my last reindeer. So now when they stand up, you can see them. And they're just lovely. I've got here as well some little red gems. These are from, one moment and I will tell you, these are the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesive backed berries. So you can either use these trios, which is very nice, or you can use these singles. I'm going to use these singles. And I'm just going to put these on in threes. There we go. So my reindeers now are fully decorated, and let's stamp the sentiment and we can finish the front off. So I have here, it's Love and Joy, and it's from the Greetings of the Season stamp set, a firm favourite of mine. I'm going to stamp that in Early Espresso, so that dark brown colour. Little cruise to Amsterdam, Antwerp. Oh, nice. No children, even better. I need a break to recover from Miami. Miami looked amazing. I loved watching you, following all your videos. And I'll just put that in the centre. So we have Love and Joy, and then that is going to get popped on the front, just like so. Making sure I've got the words up the right way. Okay, so we now have that. Now we need to create our little stoppers. Okay, so in the set, we have some little bells. We have bells and we have presents. So let's use the bells. If I can get that off there, we can. So let's cut a couple of those out. We're going to use the little mini machine. And I'm going to cut those. I think, let's cut those. Have we got any gold paper to have? I do. So let's just cut some gold. And I need 3 of these. This mini machine is, I wasn't keen on it to start, but I love it now. It's really handy, especially for doing things like this. Great for crafting on the go as well. So we just need 3 bells. Right, so basically these are your stoppers, which is going to hold your easel pieces in place. So you basically tuck your easels behind the stoppers and it holds your panels where they need to go. So these, you need to work out roughly where to put these. So it could be useful to have a little pencil to hand. Now I like my easels to stand quite tall. So I'm just going to do myself a little mark where I want them to be. Okay. So let's stick this top one on first. And you want to put these on with pads. Now actually I probably didn't think this through because these are quite detailed, guys, but we can make it work. We can always make it work. Right, so you want to basically put your stopper where you've put your mark. And that is going to hold that in place. Okay, so you want to do this one by one because you want to make sure the angle of your panels is pretty similar. Okay, so that is about there. So do myself another little mark. This one, I've already cut that in half, so I can use that other half. And there we go, and then the final one. Now the final one, I'm going to pop these together so I can use them both. Oops. Over. And then now we'll be able to get a big pad in there. So I mentioned at the beginning, this is going to make you look at your supplies a little bit differently. And it will, because it's going to make you go, what can I get on those little circles? What small sentiments have I got? What can I use? And that's it. That's what we have. We have 2 triple easel cards. Oh, Ali was doing really well. And then she realised she needed to fussy cut some flowers. Oh, well, at least it will extend your craft session. So there we have our reindeer one that I've just made with you all. And then that is my sample card. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I love to see this because sometimes it really divides people. I do love the birds one. I love anything bird related, and those papers are just beautiful. But the cuteness of this reindeer, I think, has my heart. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much to everyone who has spent a little bit of their Wednesday morning with me. I do really appreciate it. All of these products are available to purchase from my online store, and you can find that at staceymarsh.co.uk. I will pop on my blog from 11 o'clock all the full PDF, the photos, and the list of products that I've used, so you can see all of those. I will add this to my community Facebook group as well, which I'd love to see your finished project. So I'll pop a little post on there, and if you wanted to upload a photo of your designs that you've made, I would love to see that. So I'll leave you there. Some people have put the reindeer as my favourite, and Ali's likes them both, and Isabel's put the brown one, but both are gorgeous. Thank you so much, ladies. So I'll leave you all there. Have a great rest of your week. I will be here same time next week, next Wednesday, and I will share what we're going to be making on Monday. So have a great weekend. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye for now, everyone.